Welcome to Investify, where we dive deep into the complex world of finance, technology, and cybersecurity. Today, we're unraveling a story that shook the corporate world to its core. Picture this: December 2020, a chill in the air, and a storm brewing in the digital world. A software company, SolarWinds, known to few outside tech circles, suddenly catapulted into global headlines. Why? They suffered a catastrophic breach at the hands of hackers, believed to be under the control of the Russian government. But this wasn't your run-of-the-mill corporate hack. It was a masterclass in cyber espionage, a supply chain attack targeting not just SolarWinds, but its extensive network of customers. Now, let's talk scale. SolarWinds wasn't just another player in the tech arena, they were a titan. With over 275,000 customers, including a staggering 425 of the Fortune 500 companies, their reach was vast. Governments around the globe, top-tier companies, they all relied on SolarWinds. But with great power comes great responsibility, and in this case, great vulnerability. The hackers, with precision and stealth, used SolarWinds as a Trojan horse to plant backdoors into these customers' systems. Imagine sensitive data from the world's most influential corporations and government entities, now at the mercy of these cyber intruders. Fast forward to October 2023. The aftermath of this cyber catastrophe was still unfolding. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, a guardian of market integrity, stepped into the fray, filing charges against SolarWinds and their Chief Information Security Officer, Timothy Brown. The allegations were severe. The senior management, it was claimed, knew about gaping holes in their cybersecurity armor for years, but chose to look the other way, leading customers and investors down a path of false security. Amidst this chaos, let's not forget SolarWinds' flagship product, Orion. This enterprise software wasn't just a tool, it was the backbone of IT infrastructure for its users. To function effectively, Orion required deep access to its customers' servers. Trust and robust cybersecurity measures were not just necessary, they were imperative. But as we'll see, this trust was built on shaky ground. As we continue our exploration into the SolarWinds saga, let's peek behind the curtain of their claimed cybersecurity measures. On paper, SolarWinds seemed like a digital fortress. They boasted of a secure development lifecycle, rigorous vulnerability and penetration testing, stringent password policies, and databases fortified with encryption. To the outside world, SolarWinds appeared to be a paragon of digital security. But as we'd soon discover, the reality was starkly different. The company's clientele read like a who's who of the global elite, including the U.S. military and the top 5 U.S. accounting firms. This impressive roster, however, turned into a double-edged sword. SolarWinds' high-profile customer base didn't just bring prestige, it attracted the laser-focused attention of international hackers, including those sponsored by nation-states. The stakes were incredibly high, but SolarWinds' security measures were not up to par. Now, let's turn the clock back to 2018. This was a pivotal year, as it laid bare the chinks in SolarWinds' digital armor. Within the company, voices of concern began to rise. Employees started to sound the alarm over the non-compliance with the very cybersecurity protocols the company publicly championed. These warnings, however, fell on deaf ears as the company's eyes were fixed on revenue growth, leaving cybersecurity investments in the dust. This brings us to some of the most significant cybersecurity failures. Imagine a company tasked with safeguarding the digital fortresses of the world's top organizations, yet internally, their password policies were as weak as a house of cards. The cybersecurity team, although aware of numerous vulnerabilities, was overwhelmed and unable to address them effectively. In a particularly alarming incident, an intern inadvertently exposed a server password on GitHub, a public platform. The password? SolarWinds 123. Hardly a password that would give hackers a run for their money. Let me ask you this. How do you think such glaring security lapses went unnoticed for so long? And what should have been done differently? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this deep dive into the SolarWinds breach, remember to subscribe to Investify for more insightful content. As we delve further into the SolarWinds breach, we uncover a crucial element that played into the hands of the hackers: the vulnerabilities of remote work. In an era where working from home became the norm, SolarWinds employees were accessing the company's network remotely. However, the security measures for this remote access were alarmingly inadequate. This oversight allowed the breach to go undetected, as SolarWinds' monitoring of remote access was not rigorous enough to spot any red flags. The timeline of the breach is a story of escalating jeopardy. In early 2019, the hackers, exploiting these vulnerabilities, gained access to SolarWinds' Virtual Private Network, VPN. The real damage, however, unfolded between March and June 2020. During this period, the hackers stealthily inserted malware into updates of Orion, SolarWinds' flagship software. Here's where the scale of the breach becomes mind-boggling. Approximately 18,000 customers installed these compromised updates. But the hackers were selective. They zeroed in on around 40 to 50 organizations for data theft. Their targets? Some of the highest echelons of power and technology, including US government departments and leading tech firms. Why this particular focus? The hackers had a long-term strategy. They weren't just after immediate gains, they aimed to infiltrate cybersecurity companies to uncover and exploit security vulnerabilities. This information could pave the way for more devastating cyberattacks in the future. The breach's discovery is a narrative of missed signals and intentional deception. In May 2020, a US government agency detected odd behavior in Orion, raising the first significant alarm. Fast forward to October 2020, when a cybersecurity firm, also a SolarWinds customer, reported an attack with striking similarities to the government agency's incident. SolarWinds' response? A blatant denial of any previous issues with Orion? A cover-up attempt that would soon unravel. In December 2020, the cybersecurity firm FireEye, renowned for its digital defense expertise, made a startling discovery. They identified the breach through an attempt to register a second cell phone for two-factor authentication, something that didn't align with their employees' actions. FireEye's investigation led to the public disclosure of the breach, finally pulling the curtain back on SolarWinds' compromised security. In the final chapter of our SolarWinds saga, we turn our focus to the response of the management, particularly Timothy Brown, the company's Chief Information Security Officer. Despite being acutely aware of the vulnerabilities and the unfolding breach, Brown astonishingly retained his position. In a move that raises eyebrows, he sold over $100,000 worth of SolarWinds stock after learning about the breach. This action, coupled with a lack of decisive action from the senior management despite their knowledge of the security lapses, paints a picture of a leadership in disarray, prioritizing self-interest and profit over security and ethical responsibility. The SolarWinds breach serves as a stark reminder of the critical importance of cybersecurity investment. It underscores the perilous risks companies face when they prioritize short-term profits over long-term security strategies. This incident is not just a tale of corporate negligence. It's a warning of the national security implications when cybersecurity is relegated to the back burner. As we reflect on this story, we must ask ourselves, how can corporations be held accountable for their cybersecurity failures? What lessons can we learn to prevent such breaches in the future? Your thoughts and opinions on the SolarWinds situation and Timothy Brown's actions are valuable, so please share them in the comments section below. Before we sign off, if this deep dive into the SolarWinds breach has captivated you and you crave more stories on business, economics, and technology, don't forget to subscribe to Investify. Your support enables us to bring you more insightful content. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Check out our latest video for more financial insights. Investify signing off. Until next time, keep investing wisely.